So, do you ever feel like you're playing by all the old YouTube rules, doing everything you're supposed to do, but you're still not winning? Well, you're definitely going to want to see this. We're about to break down a completely different and, frankly, much smarter way to grow on the platform. Let's dive in. Okay, that's a pretty bold claim, right? But what if it's actually true? The whole idea here is that YouTube is having this incredible moment right now, a lot like the organic gold rush we all saw on LinkedIn back in 2018. And what that really means is, for those who get in now, the potential for growth is just massive. So, what's behind this massive opportunity? Well, for starters, organic reach is absolutely exploding. And you might not know this, but YouTube has quietly become the #1 platform for podcasts, beating out both Apple and Spotify. But here's the real kicker. The competition is still surprisingly low. This means that even tiny channels can earn real commissions because the platform is rewarding authentic, focused content more than ever before. But hang on, if the opportunity is so huge, why are so many people still struggling? Well, that brings us to the big problem, the frustrating, conflicting, and just plain overwhelming advice from all the so-called gurus out there. It's a playbook that usually leads straight to burnout. You've all heard this one, right? The whole hustle culture mantra that promises you'll grow if you just post every single day. But really, it's just a recipe for exhaustion. And then there's the financial pressure, this idea that you have to shell out $100 or more for an editor on every single video just to get noticed. And of course, the gear. The myth that you can't even think about starting until you've dropped a small fortune on fancy cameras, microphones, and lights. And finally, you have this latest trend, the promise of an easy shortcut with faceless AI videos. But the reality is, YouTube is actively demonetizing these channels now, and instead, they're rewarding real, authentic, human creators. So you follow all this terrible advice, you spend the money, you put in the hours, and your channel just goes absolutely nowhere. You're left feeling burned out, frustrated, and, well, pretty ticked off. And honestly, who could blame you? So what if the entire playbook is just wrong? The turning point comes when you stop listening to all that noise and you start asking a completely different set of questions, much better questions. Let's start with a big one. We are so conditioned to chase views, to chase subscribers. But what if the real goal wasn't going viral? What if it was about attracting a small, dedicated group of the right people? And how about this one? This is the question that gives you your life back. What if quality and a smart strategy could completely demolish sheer quantity? What if you could build something sustainable without that daily grind? This question just shatters the biggest barriers for most people. What if you could build a profitable channel with just the gear you already have and without needing some crazy complex marketing funnel behind it? See, when you start asking these better questions, you end up with a much better answer. It's a new system that flips that entire old model on its head by focusing not on random viewers, but on buyers. And this really lays out the difference perfectly. Instead of just chasing trends, you follow a proven system. Instead of needing a massive audience, you create content that's laser-focused on actual buyers. You trade that daily burnout for filming in, get this, under 2 hours a week. And you stop just hoping for a viral hit, and you start building a repeatable engine that actually brings in commissions. Now look, this system isn't just some abstract theory. It's a real, proven process for taking these ideas and actually putting them into action. It's a strategy, and it's called the Channel Profit Sprint. So what is it really? Well, the goal of a system like this is super simple. It's designed to take all these powerful principles, focusing on buyers instead of views, using systems instead of chasing trends, and make them actionable for literally anyone, helping beginners get real results without all that usual overwhelm. And here is the proof in the pudding. That number right there, $5,800. That was generated in just 5 days. But here's the really wild part. It was from a tiny channel with fewer than 500 subscribers and with zero ad spend. It just proves that the size of your audience isn't what matters most. And this isn't some one-off fluke either. We're seeing others apply these exact same principles and getting what they call $900 cash pops from a single video. It just shows that the method itself is repeatable. It works. All right, let's get to the final and honestly, maybe the most powerful idea in all of this. This is a concept that should completely reframe how you think about every single video you create from this day forward. And it's this. The goal isn't just to make a video. No, the goal is to create a video asset. That is a huge, huge mindset shift. See, a video is something you post once and then kind of forget about. But a video asset, that's something that works for you long, long after you hit that upload button.
So think about it like this. A proper video asset brings in the right people today, for sure. But next week, it's still attracting new leads. Next month, it's still generating commissions for you. And here's the amazing part. Even a year from now, that one single video can still be working for you, around the clock, paying you back over and over again.
And that leaves us with this final thought to chew on. Instead of just thinking about your next upload, what would change if you approached it with this question in mind? What if your very next video was intentionally designed from the ground up to be a sales asset that serves your business for the next 12 months? Now that is the power of this smarter approach.